What amount of money do you think is justifiable for giving up, let's call it, 15 years of your life? So thinking about this, and a lot of people I don't think, quite understand, or just in generally believe it's unfair how much money CEOs, presidents, business owners make. And I started to think about that and, how I can possibly explain. And even this explanation is probably not going to resonate too much with people. But I'm going to give it my best shot. Um, in a lot of cases, not all cases, but in a lot of cases, when I talk about just a regular person, didn't come from money, didn't have anything handed to them, if they decide that they want to start their own business, it's not necessarily like, let's just say you want to open a restaurant, for example, like we did. It's not like you just wake up one day and you say, hey, I want to open a restaurant, and then just things magically appear. The money to open the restaurant, the ability to open the restaurant, and so forth. Oftentimes, it is a long process. In some cases, 10, 20 years. In our particular case, I graduated in 2004. I worked pretty hard and pretty steadily for about 7, 8 years with the same company. And when I say work hard, I mean working basically from 7 a.m. to 8 at night for the most part. Halfway through that journey, I started a side hustle, which I called my 5 to 9. So I worked basically from the morning, getting up at 7, getting to the office at 8, all the way till 5 o'clock, and then I would go home and I would work that side hustle from about 5:30, 6 o'clock when I got home, sometimes up till 12 o'clock in the morning, and I did that for about 5 years. During that time, didn't go out, didn't party, didn't do any of those things necessarily, because I was saving, because I knew I wanted to do something other than just sort of that 9 to 5, or just be an employee for some other person. I then transitioned to another job, a Fortune 500 company, and I worked there for a very long period of time, still keeping the 5 to 9. And believe it or not, at a certain point, was able to accumulate, enough money. Let's call it well into the six figures, almost the seven figures amount. And we signed a contract with a franchisor, a major company here, and we opened a restaurant. So at this point in time, I was right at the right age of about 35, let's call it 36, somewhere in that range. So up until the point of about when I graduated college, from about 2004, the age of 22, all the way up until the age of about 35, I had basically worked every moment of my life, foregoing a lot of vacations, foregoing partying, foregoing spending, and all that kind of stuff. Basically working and saving, doing a side hustle, working and saving to save up a tremendous amount of money, basically my life savings. And this is the kind of the point for most entrepreneurs who started businesses. I then took all of that money, with close to $1 million, and I put it into a concept with the expectation that I would get a decent return on investment. Meaning that if I put $1 million in, hopefully I would get to double that, or at least I'd be able to be my own boss and I would make a decent income, and I sort of have that freedom. Unfortunately, it's not really how startup businesses work, and I ended up having to work basically every day, open to close, morning to night, for nearly about a year and a half to kind of get the stabilization of that particular business going on. So right around the age of like 37, 38 is when things really started to kind of come to their own, and I was able to generate enough money where I was able to pull myself out of the business. I was able to rely on management, other people to kind of run that business. So my job, which I thought, that 9 to 5, which I thought was kind of tedious, and both the 5 to 9, I basically took both of those businesses, or both of those, that time, and I put it into another business, which I went and then made, just the same amount of time. During that period, while though we were profitable, I still took that money and put it back into the business and advertising and employees and training staff and the turnover of hiring people and then having them leave and then hiring again and so forth. So that you understand, and the question I guess I have for a lot of you who are frustrated with the wealthy, or people, that presidents or owners or whatever, that seem to now make a tremendous amount of money, what amount of money do you think is justifiable for giving up, let's call it, 15 years of your life not partying, not going out to eat, not having fancy dinners, not buying fancy clothes, no new cars, not really having a family life in any particular way. I'm basically just working like a dog day in and day out for 15 years straight, to then take all of that income at a later in life where most people are starting to think about retirement, to then put into a business that literally has a 1 out of a 10 chance of actually succeeding. Keep in mind that a lot of people roll, 500, 200,000, a million more into businesses, and they fail and they lose all of their money. So what amount of money do you think is justifiable to get that back? Now, as we are standing right now, let's say that restaurant makes about $200,000 in profit. Now that's a tremendous lot of money for people, but you gotta understand, let's say I purchased that business at 35 years old and it cost me $1 million. That's about really pretty much what the number is. If I make $200,000 a year now from that business, keeping in mind, it takes me an additional 5 years just to get back the money that I put into the business. So I'm out $1 million because it's into the business. I then work 5 years just basically making my money back that I had already saved and already accumulated. That would be akin to you taking your total 401k, giving to somebody and waiting 5 years for them to give it back to you, and then patting in the back and saying, job well done, or yelling at you the entire time for it. So after 5 years, now at the age of 40, I finally got the return on my investment. And now I can start to reap some of the benefits that I hoped to get as I started the journey in the 22 range, all saving until I was 35, investing in the business, working 5 years to get the initial money back. Now I'm starting to get a return on investment, and it's a significant amount. Let's call it $200,000 a year, and that's a lot. Now, you could have employees and things like that that look at that and go, well, I'm not making a living wage, or I'm only making $12, $13 an hour, and you're making $200,000 a year, which would be equivalent to $17,000 a month. I'm only making just these peanuts, and it's unfair because I'm the one that's doing all the work to create the products that are selling to the customers, and all you're doing is just kind of hanging back and looking and monitoring and managing us, and telling us what we're doing right and what's wrong. And that is potentially true, but you miss the point of everything it took the person to get there, and you miss the point of all the people that actually took that leap and failed. The first 3 businesses I put money into, some over 100,000, all failed, all didn't work out. It took a lot of trial and error to figure out and to find something. So we actually kind of did this multiple times, and only now, sort of in this last one, did it really kind of work out well. And of course, the subsequent businesses after that we now run actually all worked out pretty well. But early on, when I started my businesses when I was in 22, I tried to go at it when I was in 30, businesses that didn't really make sense, didn't have a lot of concept, I had to learn a little bit. All those things didn't work out. So I just ask you, like, when you get frustrated with your boss and whatever, what is the amount of money that they should be allowed to keep in relation to what their employees make, when they're the person that gave half of their life to make that money, to roll the dice, to potentially make it or not make it, keeping in mind that I could have woke up at 40 years old and had $0 to my name whatsoever, having worked a 9 to 5 and a 5 to 9 for damn near 20 years. Think about that. So just want to put in perspective for you, because a lot of people don't think about it. They just kind of see the end result, and they don't understand the struggles and the pain and the uncomfortableness and the work ethic that may have had to go into getting to that particular point of being able to start a business. As a business owner, what I could tell you is that coming from a position where I was making a pretty nice 6-figure job, there would have been no reason for me to, or no interest for me to go and start my own business if it meant that I was going to trade my $100,000 a year job just for another $100,000 a year job, because I had to give the rest of those profits to employees that didn't necessarily put in that particular effort as far as the sacrifice is concerned, by giving them a wage of $18, $19, $20 an hour just to shake fries and flip burgers and stuff. I wouldn't have done it. If I wouldn't put in $1 million into a business if I wasn't going to get back 3 or 4 times that over the course. It just doesn't make any sense. It's much safer for me to put in the work ethic and simply not start a business and just kind of save that money, put it in a 401k and retire early. But because I did that, I now employ about 20, 25 people in any given time, plus all the access, all the other people that, we employ, like the people that make our buns and the people that bring our linens in and clean the floors and all those types of people. So we're creating maybe somewhere between 30 and 50 jobs or sustaining those particular jobs. If I wasn't willing to take that risk, those jobs wouldn't be there. And it's not necessarily they're going to be filled by someone else, because if there's no incentive, if I don't have the ability to make lots of money, and I mean the ability to have a beautiful house, to have a nice pool, to have, a vacation home, drive nice cars, have nice dinners, because there's a mindset that income should be spread amongst all the workers that are doing that business. Ladies and gentlemen, people like me, entrepreneurs, are simply not going to go start businesses. And that means there's not going to be jobs. So for those individuals that have yet to start their own business, or that rely on those jobs to feed their families and things, they won't be there. And then what? So the next time you go into work, if you're just a regular employee or salary employee, and you have a president or owner and you can get access, have access to them, I would walk up to him, pat on the back and say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for taking the risk. Thank you for building this particular company, enslaving and probably not having a great family life, and dedicating a lot of your time to building this entire business so that I can have a job, so that I can feed my family. That would be the right way to look at it, and the only way that you should be looking at it. So again, not to be a negative video, but I just want to give a little bit of food for thought for some of you that are out there. Not everything is just about the end result. Sometimes it is about the struggle, and those that are willing to take on the struggle and the sacrifice, guys, they got to be rewarded for it. Keep that in mind.